What's up, everybody? All right. We'll do our typical walkthrough here first, and then just to see where we're at on the day and the week and everything with the macro stuff. And then I'll get into the crypto system. So first things first, we take a look at SPOOs. Look at that. As we head down into our overbought area, we start just stay. We're having up move. So it looks like dips are being bought here on SPOOs. No weakness, no frothiness, nothing suggesting anything that is at risk. There, going across to let's start with the dollar. Back in our, at the top of the range, we've got 2 months for the macro shift, right? The inauguration. And that'll be, I am imagining, it seems that policy is going to be implemented. From what I understand, this time he has the team he wants. I guess it was a little bit more of a, oh crap, we won sort of thing last time. I think this time he's definitely he's got a do-over and he knows what he wants to do. And he's had 4 years to think about it. So the things, I assume it's probably going to hit pretty quick after the inauguration, day of the inauguration, when he starts signing the papers. And so what that likely is going to be is those sanctions. And that's going to require, as we talked about all week, weak dollar policy. It's going to create some inflation and all that sort of stuff, right? So that'll be really nice for a big trade. A weak dollar gives the ability to buy U.S. goods and including U.S. assets. And so things like Bitcoin, things like SPOOs and NASDAQ, especially big tech, those sort of things should be setting up nicely. Euro definitely did not fill the trade yet. The trade that it's the inverse of the Dixie trade, right? Just getting long euro up to the 112 range from 106. Pretty, 5-hour move, pretty big move to pay attention to. And so this is dollar yen. They're gonna, it's the same thing. If you get dollar strength or dollar weakness, the yen gets out of its little issue for a while. And so I think that's all kind of happening. Let's take a look at where we are on. So I picked up more MicroStrategy, I should say, yesterday. Otherwise, just still in Tesla, Coinbase, Apple, Google, Meta. What am I in? On the list here: Apple, Google, Amazon, Coinbase, the FBTC, not IBIT, Meta, Nvidia. Oh wait, I'm out. Google and Amazon, VGT, Tesla, MicroStrategy, Nvidia added. Okay, there's IBIT and more Tesla. Okay. Just checking out my blotter. This morning, well, I did a video yesterday on Bitcoin and how to deal with the 100,000 move. We made it all the way up to 98.5. At the time was about 94 when I pushed out the video yesterday. And again, we now have that low volume node. You can see there's a low volume node here at about 90, from 96 to 95 or so. So a new low volume node to add to our stack of low volume nodes to pay attention to. I'll just move these this way because that's where they're going to be more useful. You know, I'll go over to the quick case if you haven't watched the video yet or read the email from last night, which I didn't cover too much in the email. But the trade is to 100,000. That was the video. And then the idea, the consensus belief right now is that it goes to 100,000 and then sells off back to like 80, 70,000 area, 75, 80,000 area. And then the bull market and does that and hangs out there for a little bit and then takes off. The really bullish perspective, this is my thinking. So if we got a bullish outcome, trades to 100,000, and then in as fast as 8 days, it sees 150 to 200,000. And that's based on historical analogs. That's what it's done historically. The last couple of times that a new all-time high was hit, you get a breakout, a week-long consolidation, and then a double above the breakout. The bearish outcome is we don't hit 100,000. We just get right near it, and then we come back into the value area so back in the 70s to 50s, back into the value area for the year, and just kind of hang out in there, or even hang out in this, filling this new value area, creating a new value area, something like that. My core thesis is we actually overshoot 100. We do get a bit of a consolidation for a month, up to 3 months, and then we see 300,000. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, but also I'm prepared. I have a plan for all three of those. That's where we are on that. Take a look at. Okay, so something happened yesterday. It was going to be a crypto heavy session, by the way. So if you're a crypto person, enjoy. If you're not into crypto at all, then you won't enjoy it. We've got probably another 300 or so days in the crypto bull market. I'll show you why. Let's rerun it. This is my best attempt currently. I could improve it, and I will, of the Bitcoin analog to the previous two Bitcoin bull market analogs, 2016 to 2018, 2020 to 2022. And we are pretty much, right on with the 2016 to 2018 bull market, which is what gives me that thought that we're going to come back in and hang out for a little bit. And then, so that would have been the breakout at, I think, 76,000. So somewhere around 75 to 85,000 for, whatever. That's a couple of months, and then send it from there. So what I should throw up here is what I will add is Ethereum. Actually, let me see if I can add that. I'll do it later. Take too long to code, and nobody wants to sit here watching me crank through code. So, we're seeing probably the sideways session, and, that aligns with both. So with both the 2020 to 2022 bull market and the 2016 to 2018 bull market, we are right in line with where it most likely will take a break. Again, I added MicroStrategy yesterday, so of course it will. Because the timing on my family's investments is it works eventually, but usually it's at a point where there is consolidation or kind of indecision. I'm putting a Solana trade on right now. Okay, I just bought some Solana in the prop account. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm expecting. So if we get this sideways action right here for the next few months in Bitcoin, meaning we kind of top out here at 100, that really opens up alt season. So we're going to want to be, everybody, the thing about it is, if we're doing like a game theory, if we're doing some game theory stuff right now, it is basically everybody's waiting for alt season to happen, and Bitcoin is kind of doing the normal thing, right? And so everybody's just kind of like, oh, we know this game. We're gonna just, wait to Bitcoin to calm down like it usually does right around here. And when that happens, we should get our alt pump. We got the Ethereum pump going today. Solana new highs there. I'm looking for 800 Solana, and then we could do multi thousands in it. But I'm also looking for something really impressive to happen out of Bitcoin as well. So one thing that could happen is Bitcoin just keeps going, and so many people are actually on the sidelines with Bitcoin in the alt world, and suddenly they end up having to chase because everybody is only positioned in alts waiting for Bitcoin to do it. And maybe Bitcoin actually does do the unreasonable thing of hitting a million or something. And then the opportunity of like, holy crap, I thought putting my money in Sui or Doge was actually going to be the move, but it turns out, and I thought the Bitcoin, there was no opportunity to make money on Bitcoin. It turns out Bitcoin actually was the place to make all the money, and so it's just a fun thing to think about. Now, all that is a little bit of a strategery. Guessing. I just trade the algos myself, so I don't really care. On a little bit of a discretionary side, I make some changes to the things, but for the most part, I am pretty much like just letting the algos go. So let's get to the algos. Yesterday, I think we did a pretty good job of putting a shopping list together. I don't believe anything. Sorry. I had orders working. None of my stink bids got filled yesterday. So, no worries there. but it looks like the ETH ecosystem with ETH's pump really took off. So for those of you who, the when ETH pumps, you're going to get a bigger pump. And so ETH did a 4% up move. You got Optimism up 21%. You got Arbitrum up 10%. You got Metis up 7%. So what we're actually let's do it from Thursday, from when the selling started. Now let's do it from the pump beginning. So the pump began this morning. Let's call it 5 a.m. Optimism's up 27% in that time. Arbitrum's up 14. Grass, kind of irrelevant. Scale, kind of irrelevant. Metis, Immutable, all pretty much did the pump when ETH went up 5%. So if you want the leveraged trade on the ETH move, it looks like Optimism and Arbitrum are the real big winners. One thing we'll go take a look at coin. Let's see categories. Let's go to ETH ecosystem in category. Okay, Optimism up 9%, super chain ecosystem. So one thing you could do here is when ETH gets when ETH starts pumping, Optimism like 5x is the pump. And then you could just kind of go find, which other ones are going to be, WorldCoin. Probably got to go to market cap. WorldCoin, Cello, Lisk. That's one way to play like an Ethereum pump. You've got proof of stakes. So maybe you go take a look at that. We've got Ethereum, of course. Let's see see if there's see if I can find Ethereum. There it is. Ethereum ecosystem. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So these are things that move or that are related to ETH, built on ETH. We've got Mog coin, which is a meme, so that's going to probably get one of the biggest moves. It's only got $1 billion market cap only. Arbitrum, of course, with a 15% move. Eigen, Layer, Nero, Athena, Floki, Stark, Mantle, ENS, Ape. So one thing you can do is when you get that move in Ethereum or you get that move in Solana, the other thing is let's go take a Solana because it's pumping right now. Solana ecosystem. So where are you going to get your, big alpha on Solana? One of the things is obviously because it is entirely memes out there, really. You just go find the meme coins that you want to trade. Zerebro. So let's go take a look at the Rebro on Radium. There you go. Big pump going on there. So, you're going to get, you're up 86% in 24 hours on something like that. Again, let's have a look. This is a daily. So, I'm sorry, this is a 12-hour chart. So yesterday on the dip, this thing seemed to be one of the biggest rippers. How do you trade these? I think this is like one of the big moves right now is to get on these really small, like it's we know Solana is going to be where everybody goes, right? Ethereum is where 2017 and 2020, 2021 traders who've been through that cycle, a lot of people are going to be Ethereum. They're going to be hardcore Ethereum still. They still own Ethereum and things like that. They still remember Ethereum. It's still like printed in their brain. If you only did 2021, you're probably okay on the Solana thing, but you're probably stuck to, other things. But if you're brand new into crypto this cycle, you're going to memes, like as a whole. Now, it doesn't matter if you started in 2015 or where you are. I'm just saying generally, you individually could be doing, much better. But yeah. So if I'm thinking that Solana is going to go and take off from here on a bull run, then I'm going to go find, maybe something Slurf, maybe Doge right there, the Department of Government Efficiency one, Giga Chad, I may, let's see what hasn't, let's see in the last hour, what's up the most to see. It looks like Riff, market caps 100 million, Bongo Cat, Nosana typically is a pretty good move when you get that. Let's take a look at Fartcoin. And same scenario, right? I could overlay Solana on this. In fact, I will. It has moved so much. Let me try to, yeah, it's up. It's hard to track it. So let's do like 60-minute maybe. Yeah, this one as Solana goes, those move similarly. So that's a way to go about it. If you want to catch, you just put either you watch either Solana or Ethereum, whatever ecosystem, that's your big mover. And when it starts moving, then you go and you get. So let's say you are a US person and you can't trade leverage. This is leverage. So that's one of the ways to go and trade it. Okay. I promised we would talk. I'm happy to look at anything right now if anybody has a wish. And before I get into, trading any, put my laptop here. Before I get into the algo system, layer 2 is just rippity ripping. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get right into the system then. So this is the new, this is our new, this is what I've been working on for the last few months, is getting a crypto trading algorithm put together so that our traders could simply just, that doesn't need to be there. Exposure to, this is the one I want up here. See if I can move it to here, this down here. Yeah, I want big on the big chart of the drawdown. Right. What is happening? There we go. Okay, and then these go here. The snap stuff is crazy. Okay, so this is an equity curve of the trading system starting January 1st, well, December 30th, 2019. um, with $100,000 until this summer to July, May, I guess, into May. So, it's best job of being out of sample. I could change it, but that's a 697% return. The possibility of the Sharpe ratio actually being achieved with this algorithm is 93%. So it's pretty high. The biggest drawdown happened in September, right before September 2023, right before the bull market kicked off in October of 2023. That's actually really useful information to remember in the future. It earned, so the opening balance in January open was 447. The opening balance 447 is 556. Sorry, let's do, 556,000. So in January in 2022, it made from 446,000 to 556,000. So that's like 25%, I think. That's about 25% in that 2022 period, right? So starting from here all the way into 2023, it still made money, not going short. This strategy is long only. It's long only Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I've added all sorts of other assets to it. And they don't work because one of the challenges is I think adding Solana would make sense. This the cycle, perhaps. I think it would make sense, but I'll keep building it. Obviously, I could just run, drop portfolios in of things during that period, but not really too focused on that. So let's go to the stats. So it has a 1.729 Sharpe since 2020. It's got bigger and different ones, but that's a pretty good Sharpe considering it's non-leveraged, spot Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin and Ethereum, long only. It has a 59% compounded annual return. So you're doubling your account pretty quickly. You've 6x'd your account following this system with a 16% max drawdown. Okay. So, what does that say? If you owned Bitcoin on December 30th, 2019, which I'm guessing was, let's just not guess, let's just look. Doesn't go back that far because this is a triple strategy look. Let's go here and take a look what Bitcoin was on that day. $8,600. So 12x. You've 12x'd your money, it looks like. You've 12x'd your money by just being long Bitcoin. I'm sure Ethereum's a similar sort of number, versus this strategy, which has only 6x'd your money. 600. Yeah, 6x'd your money. So you're at 800 equity, started with 7 or 8. 7, let's call it 7x. So it's not as good as just buy and hold Bitcoin. But the drawdown on Bitcoin was substantially higher. And let's do so what was Bitcoin drawdown 2022? Let's see if I can get the answer right there. 61% drawdown by buy and hold Bitcoin. So yes, you are absolutely making more money by sitting through all the drops on Bitcoin. It's just we've made, we make 16%. So if you just used double leverage, now you're at that 12%, or I'm sorry, 12x at least, maybe if you're at 14x. So if you actually doubled your leverage, so maybe traded this on like IBIT and ETH, the ETH ETFs on, on 2x margin, or, trade another way, I should say, you would find yourself in a position where you were making more than Bitcoin and half the drawdown. So at 32%, if that makes sense, if you guys are following what I'm saying there. Sortino is almost 3. Now, a 3 Sortino is freaking awesome. Getting a 3 Sortino, one of the ways to do it is to add in a better asset, some sort of asset that gives you a similar sort of returns, or lowering risk. So the win rate is only 43%, which is why this being an algorithm is so nice. When, as a manual trader, having a higher win rate is mentally easier to deal with. As a algorithmic trader, there's a lot more opportunity in those, lower win rate systems. Let's see, 57% loss. You make 2.08 per win. Your alpha is 38% above better, and your beta is 15% better with a 22% standard deviation. The trainer ratio at 2.5 is actually really, really high. All of these are really, let's see what average. Let's just do, let's do equity. So 1 year, after, on scroll, there we go. So 1 year after putting your money in, you've doubled it, 2.3%. In 2021, you take it from 230 to the end of 2021. You double it again, 447. And then in 2022, you go from 447 to, and actually that wasn't your biggest drawdown. You take it to 556 in 2023, 596 to 650. And then since 650 all the way up to 8 or so. Let's take, so starting from the breakout was 596. Yeah, all the way up to 800 since last year, going into that period. So one thing we could do is, go ahead and change this to, let's go 2017 to the very beginning of the 2017 bull market. I should probably do it in 2016, but we'll run it there. This is where it's ridiculous. And this is where we can have some really interesting speculation on this. If you bought this thing, if you went live this strategy in the beginning of 2017, which is just long only Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're up, 20,000% return. You take $100,000 to 20 million. I do not probably see it likely that that's the, a 7-year hold gets you that. But look, the probability of your Sharp being 2.39, notice we went longer in time now. We go from, we went way back in time. Instead of just 4 years, we're 7 years back now. That takes your Sharp up to 2.39 with a 99% probability of achieving that Sharp ratio. Your Sortino, remember I said getting to a 3 on Sortino was um, was was good. It's what you were, wanting to do. We got to a 4 there. So that's actually really kind of crazy. That is the benefit of catching an Ethereum. So that there is survivorship bias on this because I could have bought any other asset instead of Ethereum, and then nothing performed as good as Ethereum, I believe, uh, during that period. The win rate remains basically the same. Profit ratio is about the same. The cool thing about all this is that was only a 20% drawdown during that entire period. So you make $20 million on a $100,000 deposit in 7 years. So let's see when you get to $1 million. Within that first, actually, yeah. So you get to $1 million and you keep $1 million all through the 2018 bear market, and you get up to into 2019, you double it, you're up to 3 million. You have a drawdown of your biggest drawdown was the, what happened in 2020. Do I ever run tests on XRP? I can throw it in here and show you how horrible it is if you like. Tell me you're a Wall Streeter without telling me you're a Wall Streeter. Let's throw XRP in here. Why not? I don't know when I don't know when uh, they launched. I couldn't help myself. I had to say it. Any asset that I've added to it hasn't done anywhere near as well as just Bitcoin Ethereum. Yeah. First of all, you go from a 20,000% return to a 264% return. My Sharp ratio goes from a 2 point something to a 0.83. My Sortino drops quite a bit. Yeah, XRP. So again, I don't know, maybe I'll just stick 47. Maybe I shouldn't have changed the percentage. All right, what is I'm looking for a meme, Solana meme. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so yeah, it's basically the same, even if I keep the carrot buy and hold of the shittiest asset. Oh, okay, yeah. It'll throw a benchmark up here for us, but I think it's just the S&P 500. So it just uses yes. I need to update my code probably to show that. It's not bad, by the way. Still not bad. The drawdown 24%. It just it's adding in Solana wasn't it created such big drawdowns that I was like, you know what, I'm just going to start with these two because we can get even traders who have who just trade equity can trade these. So it's a little bit better. Yeah, 1,000% return. But the drawdowns are a little bit harder. Your Sharp's still pretty good. It's not a bad idea to throw Solana. I'm probably going to add Solana to the code, but for now, This is where we you gonna go? Oh, it is going. Okay. Yeah. So let's change this to a start date of, let's say you started in 23, 10, 10/21, and then let's do 11. Let's see where we're at. Because I know this is the thing about going live. Um, let's do, it should be a little bit more. Um, we should have more volatility right now. Anytime, in my mind, anytime you have a system, yeah. So it had some sort of weird issue of data right in here. So that's why I try not to do I try to do a back test of not the exact, so that would have been the perfect start date of, actually, yeah, let me pull that one up again. That would have been a perfect start date of like the beginning of the bull market. You would be up 36% right now, and you would have had a drawdown of 25%. So I don't think, actually, let me add that. Let me add that Solana in this. I don't think I think the data is going to be a bit off. Oh, I gotta make sure that's Solana. Oops, something's wrong here. Valid syntax. 50. Ah, Solana sending. Oh, so you would have had a 46% return if you had Solana in here. Same drawdowns. Yeah. Let me change this to 30. Okay. Yeah, that would have been just in the size is going to be the wrong move there. Okay. Yeah. So something's up in here because that doesn't look like a actual return. So there's something in the last. It could just have been trashy for the last 6 months. But anyway, that's the strategy. Currently live trading it. There we go. Currently live trading it and getting getting it set up to, so that the idea is that you'll be able to log in on a website, log in, connect your Coinbase account. Boom, Solana. Let's go. Doubled on. I'm going heavy on Solana here. Day trading this one. All right. Anyway, so the idea is you'll get a website login, your username and password. You'll have to set that up. You'll get access to it. You enter your Coinbase info, and then how much you want to allocate from your Coinbase account to run the strategy. And then, yeah, it just runs. It just runs for you. It should be, so it's a 56% compounded. Just think that in a bull market, you'll probably double it. In a bear market, you'll only 25% it theoretically. And then the idea is the way I have it designed, the way I've done it for myself, is we have, I'm trying to get to, here we go, not that one. Here it is. The way I do it for myself is I swing trade the momentum system, the crypto momentum system. So I'm constantly in the movers there, the sectors that are hot and the names that are hot. And then every time, like every month when I deposit more money, some goes into the crypto system, some goes into the algorithm. And then I'll have like key levels. So the idea is to 100x my account this cycle using the momentum system, and then to drop it into the regular system and then let it run just perpetually. That'll just be, so let's say I take 10,000, I 100x it. I think I got that number right. Whoops, I didn't want to in queue. What do I want to have this be? Definitely don't want to add NQ to my chart here. Go back one. No. Whatever. I just lost one of my it was TRB. Yeah. So let me do 10, 1, 2, 3 times 100. So okay, so let's say using the momentum system. Nice. Let's say using the momentum system, I take 10,000 to 1,000,000. And so I'm going to put the 1,000,000 into this system perpetually. I'm just going to let that compound at 56% or whatever every year. And then as that grows, when the next bull cycle comes on and the momentum system fires another buy signal, when that happens, I come back and I buy, change this back to, that should be Coinbase, by the way. I come back and I buy, when I get my buy signal, let's say I have, so it's 2 years. So let's say it's, let's call it 100. So now I got 2 million in the algo working for me. I take 100,000 out, and then I run the crypto momentum system again. 100,000 times 100% move gives me, or 100x move gets me to 10 million. The end of that cycle, I throw that into the crypto account. Now I've got 12 in there, or actually no, because it'll have doubled for. So I should have like 6 million in that account, or 8 million. And then the profits from the momentum system are about 10 million. And so now I'm looking at like 18 million. So that's how I'm doing. I'm taking like 10% of my exposure and doing the momentum system, because that can run the biggest, and it can't take the biggest amount of capital in the beginning. So it has to be a smaller amount. And then as we get to the end of the the cycle and we sell, I roll that back into the algo over here and let the algo take over and compound at 60% for me. And it will be improved, and it'll keep running and all those things. But that's my strategy. So I'll let everybody know when the algorithm's live and can be traded. You guys can set it up. But I'm sending it to Valhalla, and if you guys want to join, there will be an opportunity to join. This is going to be rolled out to the crypto momentum folks first. So as part of the crypto momentum strategy, this is included. It will be something that you can sign up for without having to get the momentum system if you don't want it. But it's going to be run on servers, and I have to pay for running the thing. And so the only folks who are going to get the early deal and not have to pay on a monthly basis or whatever, however we decide to charge for it, they're going to be it's going to be the momentum folks. So if you get the momentum system, you get the 100x strategy. I should just change the name to the 100x and just like meme it into existence. And then if you get you'll also get this. And so this is something that'll sit in Coinbase, by the way. You won't need to be on any other exchange. I will be planning on getting other exchanges though. So, we eventually Binance, Bybit, Kraken, maybe even, Robinhood. I don't know. We'll probably do an equity version of it. So you'll be able to do it through, I believe, like TD Ameritrade and or Schwab, whatever it is now, and IB and whatever. But that's down the road. We'll see where that goes. There's a bunch of things going on, and we'll see. Cool. Chill Guy Perp launched. All right. Any questions from anybody? We got a hot one on Solana right now. All of ETH's. When you have a monthly sub, I finally have something to tell my friends who ask me what they should do with their money. Yeah. Thanks, Johnny. That's the plan, actually. That is actually the plan, is to have something like that for people. Because, yeah, I would love to be like, family, everybody, like, hey, can I just give you my account and you just trade it? Like, I don't know how many people I've had to sit down and say, pull out your phone, sign up for Coinbase, connect your bank account, put money in, buy Bitcoin, buy Solana. And then if you want in Ethereum or whatever, and if you want anything else, you got to figure out how to do it. But you're in. I'm not gonna tell you I might be able to do a vault on Hyperliquid. I don't have a Hyperliquid account, Chris. So um yeah. Yeah, I know, Johnny. I'm not for the trading stuff. The lab is for traders, not for um spectators. So yeah, it would be or an ETF, maybe I'll do an ETF. That seems like a lot of regulation and a lot of money up front to do. Yeah. 150K up front for what? 0.25 or 0.10 fees. That seems like not the move for me. See if MicroStrategy come back a little bit, a little bit. I who was it? Citrion came out with a short on on MicroStrategy today. Yeah. I mean, think about the most bullish thing you could imagine in the world. It's Citrion going uh going bearish on MicroStrategy. Like talk about a short squeeze that's just going to absolutely I just picked up this ETHFI USDT for a little day trade. All right, I think that's it. Doesn't seem to be any other questions. I am out skis. What am I on the markets? I've got long Bitcoin futures. Algo just went long Russell. No other trades on in the futures. In the perps. So on the prop account, I'm running. Let's see. I've got Bitcoin as my largest position. Then I've got Solana, second largest. Then I've got ETHFI as my third, Sui, Pepe, Bonk, and Brett. And really the only thing that's working is Bitcoin, Solana, and Pepe. Everything else is just kind of at break even. Yeah, on that Citrion research, like I know they attract a certain type of person as their people that like their research, and the people that everybody just I guess I'm guessing probably something. Gotta go get a haircut. I'm guessing something has to do with there needs to be some sort of research product available in the market so that hedge funds can buy it. I think. So if somebody's looking for if a fund is looking to, if you manage money and you are looking to take a short position in why is everything going off at the same time? And you're looking to take a short position in MicroStrategy, you need to have thorough research. So Citrion just goes out and caters to that market. You're going to get people who hate Bitcoin who are going to sign up for it. They're going to pay for that research. A bunch of funds that know that they're going to short because all they can do is trade equities or something like that. And they need a reason to short. They're going to buy the research. You're going to get put on CNBC. You're going to get all sorts of all sorts of stuff. So it's just you know, they get the headlines for a day. They sell a bunch of research reports. They add $1 million to their bottom line. Genius, genius. All right, everybody, I'm out. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I love you all.